This is our endurance day, or our orange day as we call it at the club. So this is about strategy, it's about the team, it's about the 11v11 game. The purpose of the practice is to look at losses of possession. That will include things like, are we organised when we're attacking? So that if the attack breaks down, we've got people in the right places ready to do the right job to try and recover the ball back quickly. One of the main objectives for today is focusing on the middle part of the pitch to make sure that we have that locked down in case the attack goes wrong, and we can make sure that that area is protected right in the heart of the team. There's multiple outcomes to the session other than those. There'll be some playing out from the back. There'll be some decisions on whether to play short and find the spare player, or if the team against them is pressing really aggressively, not being afraid to play direct and into the front players. The byproduct of that is there is a team playing against them who are providing that press and trying to stop them playing out. And then I'm going to do some work on the front players receiving forward passes, potentially longer forward passes, where they'll have to get into good positions, receive the ball potentially marked from behind and secure it, and then linking up with other players to then go and create and score a goal at the other end. But the actual topic of the session is playing up, moving up and closing up.
Neil Winskill's session will develop a team's defensive transitions when losing possession during build-up play, with special attention being paid to how the team protects space. In his session, he takes players through 4 practices that develop their understanding of key principles linked to build-up play, the defensive transition, and moments of organised defending. The first practice is a possession transition practice, played across 3 boxes, that is conditioned to emphasise the defensive transition. The second practice is a 2-half possession game, in which teams must build play and compete for aerial balls. The third practice is a 2-half phase of play practice that allows work on a number of phases of the game, including build-up play, direct play, counter-attacking, and defensive transition. The final practice is a 10v10 game, in which pitch markings are used as reference points for the coach to guide the organisation of the defensive units when in organised defensive situations.
Practice 1 is just an introductory practice for the players to get them a feel of the ball, to get their hearts raised. We're going to use 3 rondo boxes, and there'll be a consequence of giving the ball away, of having to go and defend, but in a different box. Now we're going to put the boxes vertically up and down the pitch, hopefully just planting the seed of that moment that we lose the ball, what's required in terms of a reaction, and whether we want them to go forward and press or back to recover.
Go, sprint. First one in the grid, quick.
Practice 2 is a possession practice. It's 3v3 plus 1 in each half with target players at the end. The objective of the practice here is to try and stimulate the players into finding solutions to play from the back, through midfield and into the front players. But in order to get the topic that we want in that practice, the team are going to retain possession from the target player at the opposite end, but he's going to pass the ball long and in the air back into the original starting point. So the players are going to have to compete for aerial duels. They're going to have to expect where the ball's going to land and get into good positions in order to retain possession. So once they've played to one end of the pitch, really important that they then move up the pitch and get ready for the ball that potentially could be coming back.
Blacks, get ready. Get your line ready. Go on, get there. Good, Nico.
Practice 3 is where it has more multiple outcomes. So there'll be a team playing out from the back, originally just working some patterns of play, which will be player-led. There is going to be a trigger point to play the ball into the forward players. The forward players are going to alternate between attacking opposed and unopposed. So they'll get some chances to receive those forward passes, turn, combine, and find a way to score. The next attack, in that same situation, they'll have defenders playing up against them, and they're going to have to secure the ball and potentially look to join midfield players in who hopefully, once they've played up, have moved up.
Go and win that. Play, that's the ball. There's the second ball, look. Good, Jamie.
And finally, we're going to move into what would have been an 11v11 game, but we've lost 2 players already today. So we're going to keep on the same area. We're going to play on the 11v11 pitch, but with 10v10. And the reason for that is just to give them more space to cover, and it's part of pre-season, so you get a little bit extra endurance work into the players from there. But also They're going to have to work really hard to get into good positions to protect what would be a big area with one less player. And that's just a chance at the end to see what they've picked up and whether they can put the first 2 or 3 practices into the main game.
Now we're up to it. Now we're up to it. Now we're up to it. Good. Well on, Blues.
I have done these things before, similar things before, not exactly the same. It is exciting. You're always looking to find the best practice to paint the picture that you want for the players. And that's one of the exciting parts of being a coach, is designing activities for the players to do. It's the bit that I've always liked. I still like to this day. I probably don't design as many now as when I first started, because you have a library of things that you know work. But for certain topics like the one today, which is an unusual topic, I would guess, for coaches to think about and look at, you do have to start from scratch a little bit and come up with some ideas. So time will tell whether these ideas are good or not. The topic itself, it's about discipline and it's about mentality. It's a discipline to be in the right place at the right time, and the mentality to then try your best to recover the ball back, which is not the most glamorous part of football. We have to sell the benefits. The benefits being, if we get that right, we get the ball back quicker and we can do the things that we like doing and that we're good at.